Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about Nikon ZF. Is it still worth buying in April 2025? The camera was released October 2023, only a year and a half. That's not a very long period of time. But during this year and a half, two new camera models were released. One is Nikon Z6 III, October 2024, so 1 year after Nikon ZF's release. Another camera is Nikon Z5 II. It just got released this month, but you cannot buy it yet. It's still pre-order, but you will be able to order this camera very soon. Nikon Z5 II is very similar to Nikon ZF. The Z6 III has some better sensor. Yeah, it has partially stacked sensor, allowing faster readout, which will have impact on your continuous shooting and video. So it's a better camera. So the Nikon ZF is $2,000. Z5 II, which is essential Nikon ZF in a modern camera body, is $1,700, and Z6 III is $2,500. These three cameras, the prices are reasonably close. So which one should you buy? The short answer is Nikon ZF is no longer worth buying unless you are fashion conscious. You want to use your camera as a fashion statement. Here you can see the Nikon ZF is the retro style. It has a lot of dials, which I almost never use. I program my camera because I have other Nikon cameras. They're all modern design, so I want to have the consistent ergonomics. So I program my buttons, so I never use these dials, except the exposure compensation, yeah. So it looks very different, and it comes with different colors, which for the obvious reason, this camera is designed for fashion. It's not just a tool to take pictures, but also a statement. It makes the photographer look very fashionable. But from practical point of view, a lot of times you need to carry big lenses. For example, if you travel, most likely you will carry a zoom lens because you don't know what you're going to encounter, right? If you visit, say, Alaska, the wildlife, you probably carry a 150 to 600 millimeter telephoto lens. That lens is huge, and it does not look nice with the Nikon ZF. And because Nikon ZF is of retro style, it does not have a grip. Even if you buy a third-party grip like the newer C709 or the small rig grip, that grip size is like a quarter or a fifth of a regular grip of another Nikon camera, like a Nikon Z6. So it's tiny. You will not have good ergonomics, even if you're just using your shooting portrait, like my Sigma 85 1.4 millimeter art lens. It's a tremendous lens, but it weighs 2.5 pounds. And that lens on Nikon ZF will offer horrible ergonomics because the lack of grip. Regardless of the third-party grip you use, it's not as comfortable as the modern design, like Nikon Z6, Nikon Z5s. So this camera is really a fashion statement. When it was released back in October 2023, it's different because it offers a new generation of processor, which allows not only human eye detection, but also animal detection, like cats, dogs, birds, insects, cars, airplanes, boats. So that is huge. That makes your shooting extremely easy because you don't have to worry about focusing anymore. Just point your camera at the subject, you press shutter release, the camera will figure out where to focus on. This is a huge step forward from Nikon Z5 and Z6, Nikon Z6 II and Nikon Z7 II. Yeah, those still use the older version of the processor. So back when October 2023, when this camera was released, it was a very compelling value proposal because better autofocus at about $2,000, and the other alternatives, Z9, Z8, they're all over $4,000, more than twice expensive. But now with the Z6 III with the partially stacked sensor, which costs $500 more, or the Nikon Z5, which costs $300 less, but you don't have the metal frames, you don't have the fashionable design, which to a lot of photographers probably does not matter. I think those two cameras offer a more compelling reason to buy, yeah, because it solves one big problem, ergonomics problem. Yeah, it has a big grip. So in short, unless you want to use this camera as a fashion statement, you have better alternatives, which are Nikon Z5 II and Nikon Z6 III if you want to spend slightly more for, $500 more for the Nikon Z6 III. And if you want to also use this camera as a photo prop, there's no need. You can spend like $100 to buy a old-fashioned like film camera from eBay, like Nikon F2 or whatever, silver colored. It looks very nice. It's probably not as nice as Nikon ZF. The old cameras, they're all like black, silver. They do not have these fancy colors. May not look as exactly as nice as Nikon ZF, but you can buy a film camera for as a prop. Yeah, there's no need to spend a lot of money to buy this camera as a photo prop. And again, the biggest problem of this camera is ergonomics, lack of grip when you use big lens. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.